Hi, Michael here. Just wanted to give you a quick rundown on how to set up the timing box and connect it to the laptop. So this here is the timing box set up with just I've just got the timing button to set this going. That's enough for us to make this work. Try and get out of the light. The pin down over here that you can see, the serial port is the one that we're going to be using, and we're going to connect this into it. So that's going to be our connection from the timing box, and that's going to be a USB connection into the laptop. So you'll need a serial to USB cable to connect, or there is a wireless option. I'll show you that one later, a Bluetooth option. So you can see I've now made the connection. That one's connected into the serial port. This one's connected into one of the USB ports on the laptop. There's one connection. This one here is for our little mouse over here. Before we can bring data across from the timing equipment into the laptop, we have to have a program running, and that program is called Serial Reader. So it will take the information from the timing box, it'll reinterpret it, and then make it usable for SLAM. Now before we can get that running, we have to know which port this is, which USB port this is down over here that is bringing the data in, and we've got to feed that information into the Serial Reader program. And that's the only way that we'll be able to get the information across. So one way to do that, if you're not sure how to get that information, I've gone down into the Windows menu down over here at the bottom where it says type here to search. What I want is the device manager. And you can see here the device manager has popped up. So I'm going to open that. And in particular over here I'm looking for ports COM and LPT. And you can see here that there's a port there which says USB to serial COM port. That's the one that I'm interested in. And in particular I'm interested in the label there which says COM4. So now that I know that it's COM4, I can get rid of that. So I can get rid of that window. So here's the serial reader port. It's now open for us. And if I type in COM4 into that, and then press go, it should be ready to go. Now, one of the annoying things about this is that it doesn't give you any feedback to say that you've pressed the button. If you press it again, it won't break it. It'll put up this warning window though that'll say the port name cannot be set while the port is open. That really just means that you've already pressed the button, so don't press it again. So if you just hit continue, that'll be fine. We'll be fine to continue on. So once that is set, then you can just minimize it. Don't cancel it, don't close it, but you can just minimize it. It has to be running the whole time, so you can just leave that running in the background. What we're going to do is we're going to go to our SLAM directory. So I've already got it open. We've gone to the SLAM directory. All of the times are going to go into the timing directory. So you can see the timing directory is here. It's been tidied up already. So all of the races that we had in 2019, 2020 have already been filed away into this folder. They all go in as text files, in case you're interested. And again, just like most of the other things in SLAM, the name of the file is important because it'll tell you the date, it'll tell you the time, and it'll tell you the race number. Or maybe not the time, but it'll tell you the race number. Okay, so we need to have this timing directory open because that's where the file is going to go if everything's working correctly. And if a file appears there, then we know it's good. So I'm going to set a pretend race going in the timing box. I've just set it up to do manual entry like a long distance event. So I'll set it going. Okay, so I'll just do maybe 5 or so people in the race. Okay, so what we can see here on the printout is some important information. The important information is the date, the 6th of the 10th, 2020, and race number 89. Okay, so if I go over to the timing folder, we should see that there's a file there from the 6th of the 10th. So what have we got? 2020, the 10th month, the 6th day, and race number 89 is the file that's in there. So the fact that it's come across is excellent. If I wanted to check it, I could double click on it and we'll get a text file open, and there should be 5 times in that to match up with the 5 times that we've got on our printout. So all of that in there is the information required by SLAM. One of the important things that you have to recognize as well is it's one thing for the file to be here, it's another thing for it to go into SLAM. You have to make sure that the date is correct and matches up with the date for your meet, otherwise it won't go into SLAM. So to get the date right, that's the timing box. The settings in the timing box, you can change the date there. So it's either going to be the date is wrong here, or you've got the date wrong set in SLAM. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll show you another way that we connect up, and that's a wireless way. So the good thing about the hardwire connection is that it's nice and simple, but the annoying thing about it is that you're restricted by the length of this cable. So this cable's only about a meter and a half long, which means that the timing box has to be within that distance of the laptop, or vice versa. If you go to a wireless system such as this one here, so now I'm going to replace the timing box end with this connection here, which has its own Bluetooth aerial there, and at the laptop I'm now going to have a Bluetooth connection at the laptop end, and the advantage of this is this works over about 100 meters. So this is the kind of setup that we use for a Bluetooth connection. You can see here that now that's connected into the serial port. We've got a cable that comes out, and we've got a little Velcro tab on the side of the timing box, onto which we stick a USB aerial. So that's one end. The other end is here connected into the laptop. Usually we don't have it like this. We've got another longer cable which connects in to here, and then we can keep this aerial a fair distance away. We normally just sort of hang it up inside the tent that we're in, and that keeps it out of the way. So something important to note on here is that I've got a little sticker on here which says COM3. The reason for that is if I go back into our device manager, hopefully you can see that there, it says ports, COM ports, and there's a thing there that says COM3, so that's our new device. Importantly, it's different to the other one. So usually this has been set up so that it connects into COM3, so that when I run this one now and I'm looking at the serial reader, you'll notice that I've got this set up to read in from COM3, whereas previously we had it set at COM4. Okay, so just to remind us, we've only got one file in here at the moment, and it was race number 89, and that was 8:21. So let's do another race. So I've done a couple of races since then, but this one's race number 93. And if we go over to here, we should see race number 93 in the system. So that's worked just as we wanted it to work.